Internet. London Sky Garden takes you to their website and you book, or you turn up with your identification, with your passport, your driver's license, and if it's not busy, you can go up for free, okay? It's definitely something to remember. You see, you could go up the top of this building on your left. Okay, yes, it is taller, but you pay £30 to go to the top. Now this is the biggest building in Western Europe, 1,017 feet. Now I know the Americans are up today, you'll be laughing at our tall building here. Over 80 years ago you built the Empire State Building 250 feet bigger than this. But we've been waiting years and we're really proud of this. You see why? The biggest building in the world at the moment is 3 times the size of that, the Burj Khalifa. But there we go, the shard of glass on your left, 1,017 feet. Ahead of the boat is a famous bridge. Is anybody going to shout out the name of this bridge? That's it, well done. You don't win anything, I'm ever so sorry. The London Bridge. I didn't think you was listening. There you go. This is it. Probably not what you expected to see. An old concrete bridge. Just think, some of you have travelled thousands of miles to see this. I'm sorry to disappoint you. Remember, this isn't the London Bridge that made it famous. This is the 5th one that has stood here since 3 AD. Probably the most famous London Bridge was completed here in the year 1209. It was here for 622 years. On your left, a pirate ship, the replica of Sir Francis Drake. He was the first English captain to circumnavigate the world. He did so on a ship like that one with a crew of 80 men. He did this in 1577. This is the Cannon Street Railway Bridge. Look at the supports of the bridge and you get an idea of how fast the tide is flowing. The tide can travel at a speed of up to 6 knots. The best Olympic swimmer in the world, we know, Michael Phelps, he swims about 4 knots. So it's very strong tide, can be very dangerous. The rise and fall of the River Thames is between 5 to 8 meters. The tide today will rise just over 7 meters. So you come here in 5 hours' time and the water will be above the green must line. In fact, when it is that high, we don't fit through this arch. We have to go through the centre arch, which is 1 metre higher. And when the tide is at its highest, we don't fit through the bridges up ahead of us. Not the footbridge, but the ones after. 1710. It's only took 35 years to construct. It was designed by the master architect Sir Christopher Wren. He is buried inside. After the Great Fire of London, Christopher Wren was commissioned to build over 50 churches here in London. The first railway bridge that spans the River Thames, designed by Isambard Kingdom Brunel, the London, Chatham and Dover Railway. If you've been on a journey anywhere in this country, the chances are you've been on, under or through something that Brunel built. He was a famous Victorian engineer. Over on your right, a white building with a green sloped roof. This is the old City of London School for Boys. This is where many of this country's former politicians, prime ministers got early education. Between the 5 hours today, this is owned by J.P. Morgan, the American bank. Ahead of us, the Tower Block building. This is film studio. If you have watched Channel 3 on your stay here in London, then you may recognise this part of the river, this part of London here on your right. They use this as a backdrop when they're filming. So you never know, we might be on the telly as we pass. Don't be shy, give them a little wave over there. And as I said, you might recognise this area on your right. If you've watched an old black and white Waterloo, and if you're familiar with the song Waterloo Sunset, written by the Kinks, that was written with inspiration of standing on this bridge. This one is known as the Ladies' Bridge, constructed mainly by a female workforce. They chose Portland stone to build this bridge. Portland stone is expensive.
Dá zoom aqui no meu telefone. Smart.
On your right, the building with the clock has the largest clock face here in London. Only slightly bigger than the one at Big Ben. But when I heard that, I was very surprised. They say you could drive a double-decker bus through the middle without touching the sides. And see here on your right, Cleopatra's Needle, 3,512 years old, 6 months. Someone told me it's 3,500 years old. I'm not an idiot. I just sound like one, especially today. They don't always wave back. If they don't wave back, that means they're from London. We'll try again on this side. Hello up there. There we go. You gonna join in? Yeah.
Onde está o Big Ben, Camila? Ah, tá.
Olha a roda aí, ó. Roda gigante. Tira aí.
452 feet tall. Now, the 4th largest observation wheel in the world. Still, has anybody been on this great wheel? Yeah? Did you enjoy it? Yeah, good. Most people do. They say on a nice clear day from the top, you'll see 25 miles in all directions. I went on the London Eye. I went on at night.